So in the previous video we have integrated this login API front-end side. Now we'll add code to maintain the session. So once the user is logged in, we will not show this login and register links. Also this will be now welcome and name of that person logged in person, and then we'll also add an logout link once user logged in. So to maintain the session, we'll use local storage hook. So you can search for use local storage. It's a very popular hook you can directly use. So I will copy paste the code of that and we'll go through that together. Inside the src folder, we'll create a new folder with name custom hooks. And inside it, we will create use local storage.js. So it's not JSX, its extension is .js because there is no JSX code. So here we are using this use local storage. So let's use this inside app component. So we have all these components and this app is the parent component. So using that hook in parent, we can easily pass it to all of the components. We can import that use local storage hook. So local storage is helps to add extra data. So if you see, so if I go to, this is the Google web page. If you go to application and here under Google, you can see these are the local storage data created by Google. So even we refresh the page, it still remains. So local storage data does not get lost when even if the tab is closed or browser is closed. Even machine is closed, machine is shut down, it will not be cleared. It will be cleared only when you clear that manually or clear your browser history. So that way you can retain that data and it will never be cleared until you manually clear. So this local storage hook requires a key and the initial value. So we'll add a key logged in user and we'll assign an initial value of null. So this use local storage hook returns value and set value. So value, which is the actual value, and set value function to change that value. So we can call it anything. So let's call it user info and set user info. So now whenever user logs in, we will set this local storage value with the logged in user information. So for that we'll create function set user info and we'll pass a user data and set, you can call it set user, yeah, set user and set user info. We'll set this whenever we call this, that particular value will be set in the local storage. So if you see the local storage hook, whenever the key or value changes, we are storing that in the local storage. You can check out the linked article so you will better understand what is local storage and how to use it. So we are stringifying the value and storing in the local storage. And initially, if you see, instead of passing a value like hello, we are passing an object. We are passing a function. So whenever you pass a function, this code defined in that function will be executed only once when the first time this hook is loaded. So it will not be called. So whenever, even if this use local storage hook is used in app and app component re-render multiple times, the code inside this function will not be re-executed again. So that's the advantage of using function as a value for use state hook. So whatever value you return, that will be the actual value of this value, and using this set value function we can change that particular value. So we are returning that also. So now here whatever user send user, will set that to the by calling set user info. Once user is logged in, so once user is logged in, we will set this set user. So we need to pass this set user function as a prop. Now inside this login component we can destructure that. Once user is logged in successfully, before navigating we can call set user and we'll set the entire data. So whatever data returned from the backend API. So it also includes our token. So for now we are storing that token in the local storage, which is not good practice. So in the upcoming videos, you will see how to store that in the HTTP only secure cookie. But to start with, to better understand how to use JWT authentication, we'll store that in the local storage. But that's not a good practice. So you should never store token in the local storage. So we are just storing, so you will better understand how to use it, and later we'll use HTTP only secure cookie. So now we have set this user data. So whenever we call that, this set user info will be set, and now logged in user will have that particular user information. So we can check that by passing here. So here we can pass user info to the header, and inside the header, if there is a logged in user, we will not be showing these two links. So we'll destructure user info here, and here we'll add a condition. If there is user info, if there is no user info, then only display those things. So we have this side by side. So let's use react.fragment for a parenting. So now this will be only displayed if user is not logged in, because the initial value is null. So if it's null, it will not go inside this condition. Now instead of guest, we'll be displaying name of that user. So let's change this to div. We'll use the same class name of navlink. It will be styled better. And here, instead of guest, we'll check if user info exists. Then user info dot user. For now we'll just keep guess, so we'll see what it comes. And go to login. Let me open the dev tools. I will log in with Jerry. When I click on login, you can see it's working. So we are redirected to home page. Now this is your entire data what is coming. So it has token and user information. So user dot name, that's what we need to display here. So if you check the application local storage, you can see now we have this logged in user which has all the information of that logged in person. So what you can do is, now here you can check if user info exists, then display user info dot user dot name. If you check here, this is the user info entire thing dot user dot name. If it does not exist, then display guest, welcome guest. It should be colon. Now you can see welcome Jerry is printed, and even if I refresh the page, we don't see that login and register links, and we always see that Jerry, welcome Jerry. How this is working, if you go to use local storage, so this value we are setting is logged in user. So whenever the key or value changes, we are setting that. So initially, so whenever here the key we are not changing anytime, so the key which we are using, it always remains same, only the value will change. So whenever the value changes, we are storing in the local storage. So whenever we call that set value function, at that time the value will change. So how we are calling this set value function? We are calling through that login. So set value is actually set user info, which is written by that hook, and whenever we call set user, then we are calling this set user info, and this set user is called whenever we user is logged in. So whenever that is logged in, that user is stored in the local storage. So all the information is stored in the local storage. And every time the component is refreshed, like page is loaded, what we are checking, if we are checking if local storage contains that particular logged in user key, logged in user, it exists, yes. So if it exists, get that value, whatever value we have. If it does not exist, get the initial value, which is null. But as it's always there, you will always get that value, parse data. So this will be the actual value, and that value we are returning. So it always remain there, and you will always be logged in until you manually log out. So let's add a link to logout. So here, just beside this, we can add a condition, user info. If user is logged in, then only we want to show that logout. So we can add a anchor link. Just use link. We'll use anchor link itself. Logout. Href equal to, we'll use /hash. And whenever we click on this, we'll call handle logout method. Const handle logout. Let's see what happens. Call. So whenever this is not in correct position, let's add some CSS or right. We'll add display flex. You can see they are side by side. Now we'll just add justify content center, align item center. Yes, so let's add the same class. So we'll use the same class here, so it will not look like a blue color. So you can see now it's logout link. So whenever I click on this, you can see called is getting displayed. So we are correctly calling that method. So here what we need to do is we need to clear that particular user info. So again we need to set it to null. So how can do we? We can create a function handle logout. So logout. We already have handle logout here, right? So let's change the name. Reset user, and here you will just say set user null. Say logout user instead of reset. So now this we can pass in the header, and from the header component we can destructure it. Whenever we call this, we'll call that logout user. Whenever it gets called, that local storage value will be set back to null, and you will be able to again see login and register links, and there will not be any logout button. So now we can click on logout. We can see where we see now login and register link, and there is a welcome guest. So again I can log in jerry@example.com. You can see here logged in user is null now, and once I log in again, you can see it's again set. So here home Jerry and logout is this. So let's do the same for registration. So we can pass the same prop for registration, register component, and we can destructure this prop from register component. Here once we log in, we can set data for the set user. So now we can verify. Let me open console and we will try to register a new user. Let's say Harry. We are getting error while adding user. So this should not come. So let's see what's the error. So we are getting duplicate key error. So username Harry, email Harry is already taken. So looks like we have not added that, handled that condition. So here add user, we are not checking if the user exists. So let's do that. Old user equal to await user dot find one method, and here we'll find a user by that email. So we have email here. This is one of the property and we are accepting email from user. So we are passing request.body.email. If we get that particular user with the provided email, find one with return that particular user. If there is no matching, then we'll not get anything. We'll get undefined. So we can check if there is a user, then we can return an error. So we can copy this. So it's a client error. So 400 status user with the provided email already exist. Now we should get correct error message instead of this error while adding. So when I try to register again, you can see we are now getting user with provided email already. So this is a clear error message instead of that random error. So let's try to register another user. So let's register Stephen. 123. When I click on register, we are redirected to home page. So you can see there is no login and registration. It displays welcome Stephen. So even if we refresh, we still have that Stephen. The logged in user contains that Stephen. So and now we can log in with Harry. So we can log in with Stephen now. That was just registration. So once that is registered, we can log in again. You can see it still works. So login is working and user is also registered. So I can log in with Harry again. You can see we get that Harry and it's working fine. So here we are just handling, whenever we click on logout, we are just handling client side logout. We are not actually logging out user. So what we should do is we should delete that token, created token. So every time user logins or uh, every time user login, we create a token, new token. So whenever user logs out, we should delete that token. Same is the case with registration. So we'll see that in the upcoming video. That's it about this video. If you found this video useful, do like it and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.